All right, I'm Dr. Paul, and we just wrapped up our personal injury attorney educational sales program. This is the educational sales program that I used in 1 year. We signed up, it was a little over 100 personal injury attorneys for their referrals, creating over $20 million in referrals. This is what it was. So this is, we're with Dr. Jason, and this is the first time you've experienced this, isn't it?
First time doing a workshop with you. Yeah.
This workshop, okay. So, okay, and you just started learning personal injury with me, right?
Correct.
Okay.
It's been
Now,
a few months.
now, prior to joining with my personal injury program, you actually spent some time in what you thought was a personal injury office, didn't you?
That is correct.
What's the difference now? Let's say on a scale of 1 to 10, now that you know this person, how personal injury is really documented versus that office, on a scale of 1 to 10, how many things were they doing right?
Scale to 1 to 10, at most a 2 out of 10 were they doing the right
And
thing.
they called themselves a personal injury office, didn't they?
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah, it was at least 50%
Yeah.
personal injury.
And so when you join, you find out how much they didn't know, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so we just finished our workshop. The workshop is interesting, and it's how to get personal injury clients from attorneys, right?
Correct.
Because that's where the gold mine's in. That's where the majority of the cases are. Okay, so how'd the workshop go for you?
It went great. Really, the thing that helped me the most was the actual hands-on work we did. That's not something I'm great at doing, role playing, but here doing it with you and critiquing as well really helped me master this material. Of course, I haven't mastered it yet, but I've gotten a lot of improvement just by doing the workshop.
Well, we saw a big difference just between yesterday and today, didn't we?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Today it was much smoother.
Much smoother. You knew Yeah, that's the importance of a workshop. It's hands-on, actually doing it. Because how quickly did your confidence level and comfort level go just in 2 days by actually doing it as opposed to watching a video?
Big time. Yeah, increased tremendously.
Big difference.
Big difference.
What would you say some of the big takeaway? What would you say the biggest takeaway was from the workshop this weekend?
Biggest takeaway is that attorneys need us to represent these cases. If we're not providing this documentation and this material to them, they don't have a case to essentially get a large reward and prevent the lowball offer.
Now, you learned a pretty important, or it was at least reinforced this weekend. You learned the difference between educational sales, publicity, and advertising. And you also learned that if you don't know educational sales and you don't do it, what's your likelihood of getting referrals?
Very low.
You're not.
Right.
Yeah, if you don't know educational sales. And how detailed were we in not only giving the content, but in including the educational sales with the content to get the referrals?
Right, very detailed. It's a majority of what we did as well. Yes, content, we learned content's important, but the sales aspect of what we went over is just as important, if not even more important than the content itself.
Yeah. And how much, let me just wrap it up with this. And how much did we pretty much figure out, how many attorney referrals do we need to pretty much increase our business $250,000 a year?
How many attorney referrals?
How many attorney referrals? How many attorneys do we need referring us?
Well, just one attorney referring 2 cases a month, I believe, would reach that 2 to 3.
If you got one attorney, 2 to 3. So if you have 2 to 3 attorneys, we're only talking about 2 to 3 attorneys, aren't we?
Right.
This is not market to 500 people, is it?
No.
We said if we have 3 attorneys referring 2 cases a month, up to 3, depending on your case average, because the cases average around 2,500 to 5,000, depending on what your state you're in. So if you only have 3 attorneys, do the math. Is that pretty exciting or what?
That's extremely exciting.
$250,000 increase from 3 attorneys referring you 2 to 3 cases a month. Pretty good. Now that you've been through the workshop, you think you'll be able to do it?
Absolutely, yeah. And what I like too is that we learn how to do this one-to-one in the one-to-one aspect. So it makes it really easy because it's not like I have to present this to a classroom full of attorneys.
Yeah.
I can keep it simple, meet with one attorney at a time, and be really effective at it.
Okay. Scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, where would you rate this seminar and all the chiropractic seminars you've taken?
10 out of 10. I honestly don't take too many seminars. I don't believe they're very helpful, but this was one that I thought would really help. So I actually flew from Miami to Vegas to attend this seminar.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Long distance, but it was worth it.
Good. Okay. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Of course.